All right, Coach. You use the term force and pace all the time. Just the way you guys started this game, you really came out and you took it to him. You scored 42 in the first quarter and really set the tone early.
For sure. Yeah, we did. We got off to a great start. And I thought that the start that we had, it set the tone for the rest of the game. CJ was big and hitting some big shots after big shots to start the game. He got us going. And then, the dominoes sort of fell from there, but really good start by our starting unit. Got
to give props to Jose Alvarado,
Yeah.
Just all over the place tonight, credited with 5 steals. He might have been able to get more. He was Jose tonight.
He was, and he's one of our emotional leaders, and his ability to impact this team with his energy, with his effort, it was huge tonight. Some big steals that led to transition baskets for us. It's a blessing to have a guy like that on your team who can, really ignite the whole building, and that's what he does when he touches the floor.
Last time you guys played the Lakers, it seemed like they really loaded up on Zion inside. Did CJ and some other guys making shots early feel like loosen the floor a little bit for Zion, Brandon, and other guys?
I think it did, for sure. I think CJ, with the start that he had and the threes that he hit, Jose hit some threes, Herb hit a few threes. It allowed our offense to get the ball to Z, and now they were looking for, their defense wasn't as packed as it was the previous game. And once you get the ball to Zion in the middle of the floor or at the elbows, he's extremely dangerous. He gets downhill, he can make the right decisions, and then he gets to the free throw line.
Yeah, and another night where I guess I was going to ask about Brandon's defense. He's had a lot of these nights lately where it's multiple steals and multiple blocks. Have you seen like an uptick from him in recent weeks? And if so, like how does that help y'all?
We are seeing that, and that's the challenge that we all are accepting, is that we want to be a better defensive team, especially in clutch situations, which we all talked about. And it starts with our leaders, B.I., Z, CJ, taking ownership in getting stops, making sure we understand who our matchups are. And I thought B.I. was really good on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to be the guy to ask about the 3 20-point scorers again. Before, it's, you're saying, hey, it's good to see it once, but now seeing it 2 games in a row, how good is it now just seeing it just becoming more of a regular occurrence with those 3 guys?
It's great. What's more impressive is B.I. 26, 8 assists, Z 26, 6 assists, and CJ 22 and 9 assists. So not only are they scoring, but they're sharing the ball with each other, with their teammates. And that's the trust factor that we have to have on both ends of the floor.
We talked all year also about the 3-point shooting, how important that is for you guys. How much does it just change, just the energy around the team, the way you're playing when the threes are falling the way they were tonight?
It's a huge component, especially in today's game, to be able to space the floor, to have guys ready to make shots. And credit to all of our guys. They put in the work, and we're constantly, watching film. I guess we could say teaching, preaching. Just continue to make the simple plays, simple pass. If you're open, shoot it. If not, swing it, drive it. And we did that tonight.
LeBron's one of the most cerebral players to ever play the game. What was your reaction to seeing Jose get him not once but twice with those steals from behind him?
I was extremely surprised that he got him. But it is a back-to-back, so maybe, a little tired on his part. But Jose, it's what Jose does. When you least expect it, here he comes. And I didn't even see him. My attention was somewhere else. I heard the crowd go crazy. Next thing I know, he's got the ball in his hands. But, he has a knack for being able to get steals like that.
And then 80 got off to a pretty quick offensive start out of the gates, but then he kind of slowed down. It seemed like a lot of it coincided with Larry being out there, who got another double-double for you.
Yeah, it did. It was a combination of Larry and JV on him. And, look, he's a fantastic player. He hurt us last game. He can catch it in the post. They use him in pick and rolls. He can pick and pop. And we wanted to mix up our coverages on him. We doubled him a couple times in the post. We switched some screens so that we can keep him in front of him, and then we guard him one-on-one to try to take away some of their threes. But I thought Larry and Jonas did a really good job tonight.
How do you view this result in the context of the last time you played them? Is there any pride factor coming into this game?
For sure. The way that we lost the game, you want to redeem yourself. You want to have an opportunity to play that team again and, have a better performance. And that's what we did tonight. We talked about it the last couple of days and watched some film on it, as hard as it was. Like I said, we own it. But tonight was a good step in the right direction, playing against a team, that you could potentially see down the line.
And kind of following up on that, you outscored the Lakers 25-7 in second chance points. How did you feel about that sustained effort for the full 48 minutes of the game?
I thought it was great. It was one of our most complete games where, from start to finish, our game plan discipline was at a high level.
Coach, you emphasized, of course, in the press conference and practice yesterday that you guys needed to redeem yourselves versus this team. But to be able to go out and do it in the fashion that you have done it, what does it say about the bounce back ability in your locker room?
Well, the biggest thing is that it's a blessing to be able to coach a group of young men that care. They care about each other. They come in every day and they give you everything they have. It doesn't mean we're going to win every game. So we're fortunate. We got high character and guys that work at it. And so, when game time comes, we lay it all on the floor, and I'm extremely proud of what we did tonight.
I don't know if you can recall any specifics right after the game. I'm just wondering, it seemed like a few points where the Lakers looked primed to try to make a push to get back into it, and you guys always had some kind of response, momentum-turning response. I think of, for example, Jose's swipe from LeBron and then the immediate three in the corner from Herbert. Did you notice that trend throughout the game and any other standout?
Yeah, look, they're an experienced playoff team. Call it what it is. LeBron, you said it, one of the greatest players to ever play. They're going to make a run at some point. And I thought it was really good on our part to be able to sustain. Even when they made their runs, we continued to execute. We didn't hang our heads. And then the last, 5 or 6 minutes, I think it was a 12-point game or what have you, and we continued to make plays. We got stops. We continued to run. And those are the improvements that we want to continue to make. Okay, thank you. Happy New Year.
No, the ankle issue you dealt with early this season was, tough to overcome. What's just been the process like of getting back to you this year?
Rhythm, that's the most important thing. Just get a rhythm and, try to fill it out every time. Practice ain't the game. Scrimmages ain't the game. So when you got to get game reps, and, that comes with, a lot of trust, and that's what they got in me. So a lot of trust, a lot of, mistakes that they're going to let me learn, and that's what happened. And today was one of those days, you just got to figure it out. I'm figuring out little by little, and yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it was I think a second straight game where Zion, CJ, BI all had 20-plus. The assist numbers for those guys are really high. Just, I guess, what do you see overall offensively where there's just like a lot of balance for you guys?
Trust. I think that's the most important thing. I think it just comes down to trust. Like I said, all those games we lost, it was close games. I think we know that. And some days it's going to be one of those days that we look at each other and we don't know what's going on, but we just got to trust the work that we put in behind closed doors. And those guys right now, they ain't no surprise. They just trusting each other, and then they trusting us. That's one thing I think is the beauty about this team. Even though we got, we know we role players, and they don't treat us like that though. They treat us like, like teammates, like brothers, like human beings. So, and they see how much we put in work, and those guys, like I said, it's going to be a lot of trust going around.
And through different stages of your career, we've talked about kind of the surreal feelings you've had. Just how surreal was to get 2 GTAs on LeBron in one game?
I mean, it's surprising because, he watched films and, he's always, alert to me when I am on the court. So, it's fun, I mean, it would have been anybody who had the ball dribbling up the court, but, LeBron, I could say, that's one of the greatest players to ever play this game. And for me to be on the court, for me to get steals, for me to do anything, so that's pretty, amazing. And, like I get back to watch videos when I grow old, and, when they say that, one of the best is the best player to play this game, at least I got a video on him, getting a steal.
I know Willie talked a lot about wanting to kind of respond in this game because of the way it looked the last time y'all played them. But just overall, since the in-season tournament, what do you think about just the way the team has rebounded?
I mean, the message to my team, we needed to win this game. But I want to beat them or play them in the playoffs and then win that. Because, the in-season tournament meant something. Not saying this game didn't mean nothing. We got to, I'll be kick that. But it meant something. So, we got to go look at back good. When we win today and we glad we took care of business as we should. But when something means something and we play them, that's when the payback, I think, is going to be better. So we got to look at it as like that. But great win. We're going to end the New Year's with a win. And, yeah.
And Jose, you talked to us that first interview after you guys got back from Vegas, after that disappointing loss. You took a lot of responsibility for not the team kind of being prepared, right, for getting them up, getting your teammates up for it. So how would you grade your job of doing that tonight?
Trying to do the little things, get every steal. I think one of I don't know who was it, but they said, I never met, something about like, it's so crazy that a person with 0 points could impact the game how you just did, and that felt good, it felt like getting back to the old me, that's how I impact this game. It's not about scoring, with me at least, and and that it felt good to hear that. So I brought the energy.
And speaking of impact, without really getting in the points category, it's nice when you do, but Larry, what's it meant for you guys, your team, having him back these last 2 games?
I mean, that's just a point right there that when a player that don't want to score impacts in every category. We know that though. We always talk to each other, and we always say that we're not here to score. It's a plus that we could score though. Like, don't get that twisted. They gonna leave me open like I said before. I'm gonna make shots. They gonna leave Larry gonna open 3. He gonna make shots. So it's just about the little things to get these guys growing. They important to this team. Without them 3 or them 4, 5. If they're not going, it's going to be tough for us. It's going to have a long season, so we need to get them going. So that's important for us.
It's good to get Jax 2 tonight.
Yeah. Obviously, I think the whole building knows we got a white. That means front the post. I said, hell no, I got this one. And, I think it went the right way, because if it went somewhere else way, I would have been in trouble. But it went the right way. I believe in myself down there.
Great. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Take care.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, y'all too. Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's.
The meeting earlier this month, the Pelicans, I think you guys hit 7 threes as a team. You guys hit 7 threes in the first quarter. Could you just feel like the shot making loosened the floor up for you as that game went along?
Yeah, you can definitely say that. But I think it just started with, in the first meeting, they brought the game to us. So our whole thing was we got to bring the game to them. I think we did a good job with that.
Sorry. What did you just think about the force, the pace you guys played with tonight?
Great. Started off great, and we kept it going.
And what kind of impact did Jose make on this game with the GTAs?
Come on, man. You was there. Y'all was there. Man, that's big time. Especially if you know Jose. So when he does stuff like that, and, man, it changes the game. Like, those are plays that, like, Bron could have came down and just hit a pull-up three. But Jose gets the steal, leads to a three for us. And, I mean, stuff like that is huge for momentum in games. So that was big time.
And now it's back-to-back games for y'all where all three of y'all hit 20-plus, you, CJ, and B.I. How much do you just feel like that's that chemistry, that understanding how to play together is really coming together?
I think we're figuring it out. I think the more we're on the court, the more we figure out what spacings we like and when which player is going to attack. And like I said, the more games we play, the better we're going to get at it.
I got to follow up on that GTA with Jose. Are you surprised that he was able to get LeBron not once but twice? Because LeBron's known as one of the smartest players ever played the game.
Am I surprised?
Or amazed?
You know what? Out of respect, for him to get Bron twice, that is impressive. The first time, I think his teammates didn't communicate to him that Jose was coming. But when he got him that second time, and I don't know if nobody said nothing to him, but that was, like I said, that momentum is big for us.
And Z, since the win over the Jazz, have you guys been talking amongst yourselves, or did you even need to? Getting up for this game tonight?
What's understood doesn't have to be said a lot. It just didn't have to be said.
Just big picture, this team is 5 years ahead of above 500 going into 2024. And there's been some ones where didn't go your way that felt like could have gone your way. What is the feeling on the team of we're winning right now, but it could probably be even better?
Just fixing some of the small nuances for us, like late game execution, turnovers we have. I feel like once we fix those, or especially limit those, I feel like we can be at the top of the West or near the top.
Z, do you feel like you're finding a rhythm with the starting lineup, especially you, CJ, and BI? Because now CJ's come out last 2 games, really big first quarters. And I know it's kind of set the tone. He's wanted to have that pace there, but it feels like everything else has fallen into place for you guys.
Most definitely. I think that goes back to what I said. Like, the more we're out there, the more we can see matchups, the more we communicate. Like, CJ might like his matchup, or BI might get it going, or I might get it going early. So I think we just try to exploit matchups.
I think this was the 10th game since that game in Vegas. What do you think about just the way the team has responded these last 10 games to kind of figure some things out?
I think that was one of those kind of blessing in disguise. It sucked. We went to Vegas hoping for a different outcome, but I think it definitely brought us together more as a team, and it definitely brought us closer with the staff, and everybody just communicating. And I feel like we've been playing great since then. We still got some things to figure out, but, I mean, so does every other team.
Do you still think back to that game like it's easy to remember the feelings from it because of how painful maybe it was, how disappointing it was?
Yeah. Something I picked up from one of the greats. I don't want to misquote. I feel like Kobe might have said it. You know, you can go watch highlights of your good games, but it's those bad games that you got to sit there and watch the whole thing to see why the result was the result. So, yeah, especially not just that game, but other games where I felt like I just played bad or I wasn't there for my team. Watch the whole game. So, room for improvement, but keep building.
Thank you so much.
Happy New Year's, you guys.